Ash, thank you so much for the time. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. How are you, and how did it feel being seen at Hard to Kill on Saturday?
Honestly, it was such an amazing feeling. Being in Vegas, being at, TNA Wrestling, Hard to Kill, walking out into an amazing, amazing arena with watching the Knockouts Division title match with Jordan and Trinity. It was such a great, great feeling to make my presence be known at such an amazing, amazing event.
Ash, you have to bring me up to speed on your name, Ash By Elegance. Where
Correct.
did you come up with it? What does it mean?
So Ash By Elegance is a different side of me, but I try and live my life every single day as being super elegant. Elegant is a word, but I feel like has a variety and many multiple meanings of it. It's classiness, it's elegant, it's beautiful. It just means so much that I'm definitely going to bring that element into the ring and show everyone what class and elegant truly means.
Are you a part of TNA Wrestling right now?
Oh, the big question, right? What I will say is definitely keep your eye out and do not miss an episode of TNA Wrestling going forward.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. I'm digging it.
We'll be watching
on your toes.
Okay.
We'll be watching every Thursday night, but
Tommy hasn't been able to touch his toes in years.
Oh, come on now.
What?
Why
I know it's not nice, but it's true. We can't bend over. Anyway.
But Ash, I mean, how does it feel too? Because, obviously you did a lot with your former name, Dana Brooke, now going to Ash, your name, the name that people know from outside of your career in pro wrestling with your fitness career and your bodybuilding career. Like you put in a lot of work. So how does it feel to have this, I can't even say new persona because it's truly who you are. So how does it feel? How does this whole transition feel for you?
It feels honestly natural. And that's something that I want it to be, is natural. I want to be who I am every single day. I don't want to play a character. For many, many years, I was definitely giving different roles, and I would take the ball and I would go with it and run with it. But this is an opportunity for me to embrace my true self, what I believe, and bring it to the ring. And it feels truly amazing. Again, when anybody gets released from a company that they have been with for quite some time, it's like a bomb, hits them. But I'm a person that I'm a go-getter. I'm a hustler. And I didn't sit there and be like, oh my God, this is over with. I was like, okay, what's next? What is next for me? And how do I go out there and how do I go and get it? And I knew that I didn't want to stop wrestling. I wanted to keep going. And I knew that this was, as one door closes, another opens. And I truly believe that TNA is the perfect fit for me. And going forward, when I am watching, TNA Wrestling, I believe that the Knockouts division is a group of such badass wrestling. I mean, it is hardcore wrestling. And so many people within WWE for the past 10 years, social media could be a great thing, but it can also be a very negative thing. And people are like, oh my God, she's just another pretty face. She, is the model type. She's the blonde in WWE. It's like, no, I truly know what I'm capable of doing. And TNA is going to let me show that side of myself, and the potential that I have, I'm going to bring to the Knockouts division. I promise you that.
Ash, last week we spoke with Nick Nemeth, formerly Dolph Ziggler. We spoke with AJ Francis, formerly Top Dollar. And the word that we were discussing was freedom. And so let me ask you, when did that sense of freedom hit you? When were you able? Go ahead.
The moment I got the call. I'm not going to lie to you. It was the moment I got the phone call. And I will never forget, it was Thursday that I received the phone call. And previously from, I'd say that Monday or Tuesday, I had gotten a call that I was going to be booked for a pay-per-view for NXT. So when I had got that phone call, it was a bit of confusion at first. I'm like, wait a second. I was just told I'm working Sunday. But you know what? It's fine, because I felt a sigh of relief and freedom. Like, I can't describe this feeling of like a weight lifted off of my shoulders of like, wow, I can control my own destiny. And that was something that I was battling with for quite some time, because I felt as though like, man, in my entire life, ever since I was a little girl, I was controlling my destiny. If I wanted to take gymnastics to that next level, I did. Fitness and bodybuilding, if you don't bust your butt, you're not going to get the results that you want. And I, was grinding. And then I got to a point within WWE, which is an amazing, amazing platform to inspire and touch millions of people around the world. But you're like this, you're controlled, and you cannot explore freedom. And that's something that I was earning for. Like, I was just, I wanted that control of, I control my own destiny. I want to get out there and I want to empower women on my own, and not be told, hey, you're booked to go here this weekend. You have a dot on your calendar. You have to go here. You have to do this. This is what you're doing on TV. This is what you're doing on this appearance. You needed an NXT. And I got comfortable. And I feel as though that was the scary thing of coming out of all of this was, man, okay, this is really happening. And I need to go and get it. And it was a blessing in disguise, because, my parents are very close with my family, and they're like, Ash, you're gonna make it. Do not think that WWE defines you as a person, because it doesn't. You define yourself. And that really touched me. And from that moment that I got the call, I felt freedom. And you best believe it, after I hung up the phone, I started, getting on it and hustling to see where was the best fit for me, because I knew it was not the time to hang up my boots, and WWE was not going to be the one to tell me when I'm stopping my career. So TNA was the perfect fit. It was everything that I was looking for. Talking with Tommy Dreamer and Gail Kim was like the best, and they made me feel like this is the place to be. This is where I can explore freedom and opportunity all in one.
Ash, I was kind of surprised when I heard your name being one that was being released, because since you moved to NXT, you were used a lot. And like you said, you were going to be a part of their next premium live event. Like, I know how you felt once you got the phone call, but was it a shock to you that you got that phone call, since there are times that you were being used a lot and there are times that you weren't being used at all? That was a time where you were being used a lot. So was that a surprise that call came when it did?
I'm going to be honest with you, and I've never said this before, ever. And it's hard for me to come out here and say it. I felt like it was coming. I really, truly felt like my time was towards the end. And I went down to NXT and I was trying to rebrand myself. And, Scotty was in my corner, and he was shocked when he received the news as well, too, because I went down to NXT to rebrand myself, but also help the new generation and the new group of women that were coming up. And I felt like that was my place to help these women and help them move forward while rebranding myself, which I was completely fine doing. But on the flip side of it, I'm like, man, I've been here for 10 years, 11 years, and I'm never going to feel like I am that girl, like, ever. So I need to start reprogramming my mindset of, what if this happens? And that's what I started doing, as I started thinking to myself, what's next? What other opportunities are out there? And what a lot of people do not know, that I feel that are in WWE, is there's a land of opportunity out there. There is so much potential and so much that you can do if you just allow yourself to let go and move forward. Because, I'm a perfect example of it. I wasn't a wrestler before WWE. there's so many people out there that have explored the indies, that have explored other options, and their goal was WWE. I first started in WWE not knowing that there was an outside world of wrestling, and now I'm exploring that option, and I have to say it is the best feeling to go out there and control your own destiny.
Wow.
Ash, wrestler talk here. Wrestler to wrestler. Talking amongst the boys now. And, you know, that's a compliment when we refer to the women as the boys, because we're all one big happy family.
Of course.
If we were to see you in TNA wrestling, what would we see different from you in ring than we were seeing from you in the WWE?
You're going to see drive and determination and a side of me that people haven't seen. Like I had mentioned, you know, before to people in the locker room when I was at TNA, I said I was never given the opportunity to show my true potential. The one match that I did that I really felt like I opened up was one of my last matches, was the kendo stick match. And then a match after that with the champion, where I really was able to bring out a different side of aggression and passion and things that I felt like I was held back from, because I was working 90-second matches. And, you know, Bubba, you know just as much as I, what can you do within that 90 seconds? But besides tell the story that you're given to tell the story with. And I feel as though TNA is going to let me explore this side of me of who I truly am. And I want to go the limits. I was the girl that when we were putting matches together within WWE, that I was like, I want to do this. I want to go high flying. I want to dive on, onto a table. I want to be hit in the back with a chair. And they were like, no, let's settle down. We won't get there. You know, we'll build to it. We'll build to it. But I was the one that was put me in, coach, you know, here I am. I'll do this. I'll do that. And, you know, TNA is the place that I will be able to do it. It's hardcore and I'm ready for it. And that's exactly what I want to do.
So brutal honesty. What happened? Why weren't you given opportunities? If you were volunteering and you had the drive and you wanted it so bad, why weren't you given a real shot?
I honestly think they didn't believe in me. You know, producers, TJ was a very big advocate for me. And he would always be like, Dana can do it. Dana can do it. Dana can do it. And it wasn't happening. And I wasn't that girl. I wasn't the girl that they were trying to push to that next level. It was the one that I was always given to take the pinfall. And I was okay with it, thinking in my mind, okay, there's going to be a shot. There's going to be that next time. And there just never was that next time. You know, I fought so hard. I'll never forget this. And I think it was 2019, 18 or 19 in the Money in the Bank match, where I wanted to hang from the briefcase and swing from it and fall, and a pile of girls catch me. And they're like, no, that's a little too dangerous. Don't worry. I'm like, do you not know I was in gymnastics for 18 years and the bars are this high, and I would do, you know, double backflips and layouts out from underneath the bars. Like, I promise you I'm okay. Like, I just let me do it. And it will be a wow factor. And I just don't think that they had the confidence in me.
Well, now you have another opportunity, and, you know, you show up at Hard to Kill during that championship matchup. You know, with your background in fitness and bodybuilding, is one of the attractions to TNA for you, is it Jordynne Grace? Seeing what she does in her background, you guys are very, very similar. Is Jordynne Grace one of the reasons why you're looking at TNA?
I love Jordynne. I have watched her actually, you know, as people say, oh, she probably doesn't watch other, you know, different wrestling promotions. I've had my eye on Jordynne because of her fitness background, and seeing where she started and how she is now. She's a powerhouse. And, you know, people would refer me to back in the day as Beth Phoenix as a powerhouse, but Jordynne is the definition of powerhouse. She's strong. She is athletic. She has a beautiful build to her. I definitely would love to share the ring with her 100% in the future, but I definitely want to get through a couple other girls to earn that title shot. I want to show the world that I can do it and work myself up to to that level. You know, Trinity, she was a coworker of mine back in WWE, and I love the progression she had made. And she was actually one of the girls I had spoken with, you know, before making an appearance on TNA. And she's like, girl, this is the place for you. She's like, you have so much untapped potential that TNA will be able to bring it out in you. And another person that I had spoken with too was Mickie James. And Mickie was like, this is the place. She's like, you know, Ash, you have so much potential and TNA is going to bring it out of you. And you have a locker room of badass women to perform with.
Other than being very goal driven and the drive and wanting to prove yourself, can you tell us something specifically when it comes to your in-ring or your promos that the fans or even me and Dave just don't know about you and you cannot wait for the people to see?
To be honest with you, put a mic in my hand and I'm genuine. I am real. Like, you know, people play characters on TV, and this Ash by Elegance is truly me. This is who I'm going to be. This is everything to me. This is one last shot. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I am, you know, 35 years old, grizzled from gymnastics to fitness to wrestling for 10 years. And I want to pour everything, my heart and soul, into that ring. I truly feel as though I can bring the athleticism to the division. I am strong. I'm a high flyer. I literally like to call myself a badass because I will take a shot no matter if it's in the ring, outside of the ring, wherever it may be. Like I'm hardcore. And that's a different side of me that not everybody sees. They think I'm just a pretty face, blonde hair, you know, a knockout, but I'm really ready to bring it to the table and not just, you know, scurry away or lay on my back 1, 2, 3. I'm really gonna bring it and bring the best side of me that no one has seen yet.
And seeing you at Hard to Kill, and again, that was a great crowd at Hard to Kill this past Saturday. Like, it does show you the strength and the health of the world of wrestling outside of the WWE. So I'm glad that you have this freedom, but I think you have the confidence in yourself that, hey, there's so much more to accomplish here. And listen, Ash, I mean, you were at the WWE for a decade. That's a long time. Like, to be able to say that you were in that company for over 10 years, there's very few performers that can say that. Honestly, that shows you how good you are that you were able to stay with the company for that long.
No, and thank you so much. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about WWE because they gave me that platform. And they gave me multiple different characters to play. And I felt like I played them to my best ability that they had wanted from me, but never gave me an opportunity to really express myself ever. The closest it was with that 24/7 title, because I wanted to change and rebrand that title for like a women's mid-card title, or, you know, the 24/7 title was how I truly try and live my life every single day from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed. But they just never gave me that opportunity to do that. WWE was a great place, but again, you're very controlled there, and it's a pen and paper that controls your destiny. Whereas other different wrestling promotions, such as TNA Wrestling, they let you explore and you get to go out there and show the world what you possibly can do.
Dave, the power of the pencil.
Yep, that's it. It really is.
Bubba, you know.
Hopefully after 30 years, I learned something.